We've all encountered periods of seclusion, but there's a point when the shell of seclusion starts to unravel and a fresh period is knocking at the door. If you're in the process of this shift or simply intrigued about what's to come, journey with us as we explore the unmistakable signs that indicate the closure of your solitary era. Ever perceived the wind of transformation blowing? The first sign is that unmistakable sensation that a fresh period is on the horizon. It's more than a passing thought. It's a constant awareness that intensifies over time. As time goes by, this feeling becomes impossible to ignore. You may start to feel like you're evolving into someone different, with alterations in your thought processes, interactions, and newfound confidence. Even if your surroundings remain the same, it feels as if everything has dramatically altered. This significant internal change usually brings along an increased sense of purpose and direction. You may find yourself envisioning the future with a clarity that was lacking during your seclusion phase. The once unclear dreams and goals start to form, and the opportunity to chase your life's actual purpose becomes more real. It's as if the cosmos itself is encouraging you to step into the limelight and embark on a novel adventure, one closer to your genuine self. You're getting ready to bid farewell to your solitary phase and embrace the opportunities of the new phase by flourishing in your inner realm. Our second sign delves into the shifting perception of your home, a place that once provided solace and comfort but now seems to be narrowing around you. During the core of your seclusion phase, you may have found joy in solitude, content to stay indoors for long durations. The four walls around you felt like a protective shell, guarding you from the turmoil of the external world. But as your seclusion phase nears its end, a subtle shift occurs. What was once a tranquility haven starts to feel straightening, like a place that can no longer hold your expanding sense of self. You might notice agitation creeping in, an unexplainable desire for something more, something different. This feeling doesn't necessarily imply you need to modify your physical dwelling. It's more about an inward call for growth and expansion. Your home, once a sanctuary, may now serve as a reminder that the world beyond those walls is calling. Our third sign takes us to the phenomenon of how your seclusion space, whether it's a physical area or a mental haven, can start to decay as your seclusion phase draws to a close. This decay often catches us off guard, as it might manifest as unexpected external shifts or inner transformations. In the case of physical space, it can be unnerving when the environment that once provided solace and comfort starts to undergo unwelcome transformations. It's as if the very basis of your secluded retreat begins to break down, creating an unsettling sense of impermanence. Moreover, the decay might also manifest as disruptions in your mental or emotional space. Feelings of restlessness, dissatisfaction, or stagnation can set in. What was once a place of inner reflection and contemplation now feels like a prison stifling your growth and potential. This sign underscores the interconnectedness of our internal and external worlds, highlighting how changes within ourselves can mirror the shifts in our physical spaces and vice versa. While it may initially be disconcerting, it's important to recognize that this decay is often a trigger for advancement, urging you to address the need for transformation and gear up for the following phase of your expedition. Our fourth sign highlights the changing dynamics of your social interactions. Throughout the depths of your solitary phase, the idea of socializing or participating in social situations might have felt daunting and tiresome. You may have intentionally opted for quieter, less crowded environments to evade the sensory overload that often came with social gatherings. Even the idea of casual conversation and maneuvering social norms could have been intimidating. However, as your solitary phase comes to an end, you might begin to observe a considerable shift in your relations with crowds and social environments. Intriguingly, what used to be exhausting becomes invigorating. The presence of others, once a stressor, now feels like a source of energy. You might even find yourself initiating social interactions and enjoying the company of others more than ever. It's as if a protective shell, once essential for self-preservation, has softened, allowing you to fully participate in the colorful fabric of human connection. This sign indicates not only your increased comfort in social situations, but also a newfound sense of inner strength and self-confidence that enables you to navigate the intricacies of human interaction with ease and grace. The fifth sign announces a profound change in your ability to create and maintain personal boundaries, especially if you are spiritually sensitive. Throughout your solitary phase, you might have struggled with a tendency to put others' needs before your own. The empathetic nature within you often made it feel like others' issues took precedence and you were left catering to their emotional needs. In time, this could have resulted in a feeling of exhaustion, where your own well-being was sacrificed for the demands of those around you. However, as your solitary phase starts to wind down, something remarkable happens: a newfound ability to express your needs and set boundaries. You realize that caring for yourself is not selfish but a fundamental part of self-preservation. This transformation is characterized by an understanding that others are responsible for their emotional well-being, and you no longer shoulder the task of calming their emotional turmoil. This shift towards setting healthy boundaries restores balance in your relationships and prevents your own emotional reserves from being depleted. The sixth sign brings an intriguing transformation: an unexpected revival of interest in personal appearance. During your solitary phase, the wild and untamed look may have become the norm. Grooming, hairstyling, and fashion choices might have been overlooked as comfort and practicality took precedence. You might have enjoyed the liberty of relaxed attire, often foregoing makeup and formalities. This phase was marked by a sense of self-assuredness that surpassed societal expectations of physical appearance. You begin to feel a subtle pull towards personal grooming once again. The idea of applying makeup, experimenting with hairstyles, and curating your wardrobe starts to hold newfound appeal. It's not about fitting to external standards, but about rediscovering the joy of self-expression through your appearance. This sign signifies a harmonious fusion of inner and outer self-confidence, where you feel comfortable presenting yourself to the world in a way that feels authentic. Along with inner transformation, your journey also involves celebrating and expressing your evolving self in ways that align with your newly cultivated self-confidence. The seventh sign marks a critical point: readiness to engage with your life's purpose. This signifies the conclusion of your journey through solitude and self-reflection. For some, this sign might manifest as a quiet inner realization, while for others, it could be a strong call, much like a vivid dream leading one towards their true purpose. Individuals may feel an internal push to share their unique abilities and talents with the world. This readiness usually follows a period of dedicated study and skill enhancement, typically undertaken in solitude. The knowledge and wisdom gathered during the solitary phase now yearn for expression. In time, it becomes clear that the lessons learned and experiences gained are not just for oneself, but for the greater good as well. It's similar to standing at the starting point of a new chapter where your life's purpose aligns with your innermost self. As this sign marks the conclusion of the solitary phase, it also signifies the dawn of a new phase, one defined by contribution, growth, and sharing. In conclusion, we've examined the 7 signs that suggest your solitary phase is nearing its conclusion. While each sign might manifest differently for each person, they collectively indicate a transformative journey. As you navigate these signs, bear in mind that the cyclic flow of solitude and emergence can be a natural part of life's fabric. Whether you identify with some of these signs or are engrossed in your own journey of self-discovery, embrace the transitions that lie ahead.